Why is almost every faction in Genshin preparing to resist the heavenly principles? Tsaritsa formed the Fatui to collect the Gnosis, and the other Archons have tacitly allowed her to oppose the heavenly principles. Some even handed over their Gnosis voluntarily. The Abyss Order led by the Twin is confronting heavenly principles as well. And even ruler of space, one of the four shades, has defected. So what did the heavenly principles do to spark a god-slaying uprising that almost every faction seems to be preparing for? To answer this question, we have to go back to the very day when the heavenly principles first arrived in Teyvat. When the heavenly principles arrived in Teyvat, there were no humans, only dragons. The heavenly principles wrapped this planet in a shell, creating what is known as the false sky. Yet the reasons behind it have never been fully revealed. Then, the dragons, who were supposed to rule Teyvat, were defeated by the heavenly principles, Phanes, who then created the four shades and the humans of today. But the ley lines of Teyvat were actually created by the dragon King Nibelung. The forger of the earth's bones and the tripled moons in Hymns of the Far North actually refers to Nibelung. And the description of Escafire's signature weapon suggests that by affecting the earth's bones, one can turn the taste of a meal into the exquisite flavors imagined by the mind, which is consistent with the ley line's workings. However, after Phanes descended upon Teyvat, they reshaped the bones of the earth and bound them beneath fourfold shackles, creating the ley lines that now run through Teyvat. Yet the heavenly principles seized more than that from Nibelung. The bow stolen here probably points to Skyfrost's nail, judging by its function. And the great chariot here refers to the trinity of moon goddesses, who betrayed Nibelung and sided with the heavenly principles, for they once rode a silver carriage, traversing the skies above. Lastly, the shuttle here likely refers to a spaceship, as dragons call creations capable of traveling between the stars as void shuttles. And Nibelung took to the stars in the spaceship, aiming to propose to the daughter of the stars. So who, then, is this daughter of the stars? So far, only one female alien linked to Nibelung is known to us, the Voyager, who once foretold Teyvat's destruction and tried to persuade him to depart with her. So this Outlander Voyager is not the daughter of the stars, and who she truly is may only be revealed in future stories. But what we now know is that Nibelung truly loved Teyvat. He rejected the Voyager's proposal and chose to remain here, even hoping to lead his people toward to the stars. But this is the complete opposite of what the heavenly principles chose to do. Although the heavenly principles also seem to care deeply for humanity, having created angels to help govern human civilization and to teach them to love all beings on this land with heart, soul, and might. They forbade humans from touching anything beyond the heavens, and those who dared to do so faced their relentless wrath. It begins with Before Sun and Moon, which records that the heavenly principles were the Outlanders who drove away the dragon King Nibelung. The heavenly principles, however, did not wish this to be known, declaring the book forbidden knowledge and punishing anyone who learned of it. For instance, the people of Enconomia sank into the abyss after the funerary year because they knew these truths and were struck by the heavenly principles' decree never to return to the surface. And the nation most severely punished by the heavenly principles was Kenria 500 years ago. After the Archon War ended, the 7 Archons governed the world, yet Kenria, a nation without belief in gods, built a civilization with their own effort capable of rivaling divine power. Meanwhile, Kenria continually sought power beyond the heavens. At first, everything was peaceful, but later, the Vinster King Ermin became consumed by the abyssal powers, which also contained forbidden knowledge. In truth, Ermin's personal greed in misusing the abyss hastened the abyssal disaster. Still, the heavenly principles ordered Ruler of Death to impose the curse of immortality on all innocent Kenria people and commanded the 7 Archons to annihilate the nation. I think the heavenly principles acted this way to maintain the stability of Teyvat. Once a civilization approached the limits of the world, it would be erased, perhaps to prevent humanity from discovering the false sky and venturing into the stars. The 7 Archons may have gradually realized that the heavenly principles were more like a dictator suppressing the development of civilization than a savior of humanity. When Kenria fell, Raiden's loss of Makoto truly made her resolve to pursue eternity, perhaps fearing that the uncertainties brought by change had drawn the heavenly principles' punishment upon the nation. Venti and Zhongli returned the nation to human governance and voluntarily handed over the Gnosis, possibly because they foresaw the threat of the heavenly principles and deliberately slowed the civilization's progress. And the Cryo-Archon formed the Fatui to seize the Gnosis. But why did she gather them? And what role do the Gnosis play in resisting the heavenly principles? We know that a Gnosis, like a vision, is an external magical focus that can amplify or grant considerable power to to its wielder. So gathering all of them might grant a power strong enough to stand against the heavenly principles. Moreover, the Gnosis are made from the remains of the third descender. And from the description in Hymns of the Far North, this third descender may have once been Cryo Archon's fiancé. Pakuasuko here, in legend, is the embodiment of ice and snow, making him very likely the father of Tsaritsa. He promised his daughter to the descender who came from the stars, but on the condition that the descender would open the gates of Pojola for him, which most likely refers to the gates of Celestia. However, the descender was cut into 7 pieces by the Lord of the 7 Calamities. The Lord of the 7 Calamities here is actually the heavenly principles, referred to in this context as Pitkamunin. Could it be that Paimon is really the heavenly principles? Getting back on track, this story may actually reflect how the heavenly principles killed the descender and afterwards turned the descender's 7 fragments into 7 Gnosis. So Cryo Archon's collection of the Gnosis might not be just for the power they contain, but also for gathering the 7 fragments of her shattered lover. No wonder she harbors such hatred for the heavenly principles, becoming the first god to rebel against them. At the same time, the twin, who lived in Kinria for a period and led the Abyss Order in rebellion, is also attempting to use the Loom of Fate to restructure Kinria's ley lines, resisting the heavenly principles' violent suppression of human civilization. Even Ruler of Space chose to betray the heavenly principles, loving their new master more than the principles themselves. Therefore, the story of Genshin Impact may very well be an epic tale of god-slaying. But what really lies beyond the heavens? Is there an even greater threat hidden there? And is our current rebellion against the heavenly principles truly justified? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.